Mr. President, send in the drones. Arizona Governor Jan Brewer is sending that request to the White House, asking President Obama to send surveillance aircraft to the border states, including hers, which would include unmanned drones, which she calls ideal for border security and counter-drug missions. The governor also specifically asking for helicopters, those used by the military, for recon. Pinal County, Arizona Sheriff Paul Babeu is in Phoenix and back with us today. Sheriff, good morning to you. This is becoming a weekly occurrence where we're dipping back into the state of Arizona to see what's going on in your state. Now, how would a drone help you when it comes to how would a drone help you when it comes to border security?
Well, it provides additional surveillance, of course, and you're using current and modern technology. In the end, we already know that it's through my county, there's 2,600 to 3,000 illegals and smugglers per day. I don't need a drone to be able to tell us that, though. We actually need actual soldiers deployed to the border to stop the endless flow of illegals.
So you're saying the drone is it's not the final piece in this puzzle. It's not the ultimate solution. You actually need more than that.
Correct. That's one component, and surveillance high up in the air does not have an impact directly upon the border. And Senator McCain and Kyle, this is part of their plan, is a drone too, but it's a less of a priority. The three largest components, you need soldiers, 3,000 soldiers on the border. Start building the fence so you can actually stop people. You don't need to do surveillance of them. And you need to end catch and release. So there's an actual deterrent. You come in here, you're apprehended not for 24 hours and shower and food and back across to try another day. You're actually detained for 14 to 21 days, up to 60 days, and then you're formally deported by a judge. So that means if you come back, you're going to prison for up to 2 years.
Now, help clarify something here. If you detain illegals, is the state responsible for putting them back in Mexico? Or does that go to the federal government? Because we've heard some musings in Washington that some folks in charge would not follow the law.
Yeah, that's outrageous. One, if they're caught at the border by the Border Patrol and ICE, they would actually do, and they're charged with a formal deportation process. Now, if we, in the interior of Arizona, under our new law, Senate Bill 1070, that it's a Class 1 misdemeanor. So once they're arrested and it's shown that they're here trespassing illegally, then after we're done with our short sentence in jail, then they're turned over to ICE, and ICE is charged under law. They have to take them.
All right, so then if that's the case, we're going to find out whether or not the federal government is ready and willing to follow Arizona state law, aren't we?
Absolutely. Very soon we will.
We just talked to Senator John Cornyn, who's 2 states over to the east from you in the state of Texas. He wants to take $2.2 billion of unspent stimulus money and give it to states like Texas and Arizona. Now, I don't know in the end how likely that is to happen, but between the drones and your request for more Border Patrol and the suggestion that more money could go there, how likely is it to come your way?
I think it's very likely, because all the illegals that come into America, more than half, come through Arizona. And this is where when you're talking nearly 3,000 per day, you're talking a minimum of hundreds of thousands, if not 1 million plus, that actually come through, and how many are undetected. So the drones are helpful, but in the end, if you don't have boots on the ground, actual soldiers to serve as that deterrent, and then completing the fence, which President Obama literally suspended, and then this Streamline, Operation Streamline, which you come in here, and you're formally deported. Those are real deterrents that have proven to work both in California and in the Yuma sector, where in 2006 there were once 140,000 illegal crossings per year. This year, and you can talk to Chief Beeson down in Yuma, it is now 7,400, over 95% reduction in illegal crossings. So this does work.
Yeah, there are 2 other items I want to get to, and we'll bring you back for that in the future. I want to figure out what the dynamic is now, since the law has been passed, between law enforcement and everyday citizens you have contact with, and ultimately whether or not law enforcement can handle this job come July or August when the law goes into effect. Sheriff, thank you for your time today, okay? We'll talk again.
Thank you so much.
You bet.